Hello? Hello, hello? Is anybody out there? Do I still sound weird? I'm going to talk and you guys let me know what. Looks like 2 people are here. I'll wait for y'all to come in. It's good? I wonder what caused that. That could have been a YouTube thing because my settings looked all okay. Or it could have been the internet. I don't know. Who knows on those things? You know, here's what I do know. Since I had to restart, let's put up, you saw all my little bicycle images and my tags that I cut. Let me get back into a new stream here. Get back into my own world. I think I'm going to, let's see, go back to YouTube. Go to my channel. Go back into my live. There you all are. Tons better. Hi, 33rd. Good morning, Ruby. All right, I was cutting images for these tags, but I'll do that all. Let's play with my knitting since I've already had a... Let's just make this a total hum day. I got, let me get it out here. I have to get up. What did I do with it? I never know what I do with stuff. Here they are. I get them out and get them ready, and then I get a hurricane around me. I got these knitting needles, and I was going to use the pink and brown yarn, but I think that I will use this green, excuse me for my head, probably go in the camera. I think I'm going to use this sugar and cream green because green is kind of the color of my journal. And I think, let's see. Now I'm going to have to tear the label here. Let's tear it right here. I'm going to have to take the label off. Sometimes you can pull it from the center, but I'm not going to fool with that. We'll save this, maybe for my journal. So, let's see. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for coming back. Thank you, Linda, for being the mod this morning. I don't know what happened to that sound. I am going to go out to the Hobby Lobby video, and I'm going to be following their video while I do. But that means I can't watch Chad on here. So I don't have permission to show their video, so I can't show you guys the video, but I'm going to be listening to it. And I find it really interesting that Beth and I were watching the same Hobby Lobby video last night. Is that the Hobby Lobby one? Yeah. Where's the Hobby Lobby one? Yeah, that's it. So I can't show you the video, but I'm going to be watching it down off to the side here. I don't think you guys can see it. While I set it up here. So this is a set that Beth sent, or that Becky sent me. Now I'm going to get here to where she tells us how to cast on. She's yakking to me. I got to get into where she shows how to cast on. Okay, I'm gonna tie a knot. I'm gonna cast on. Maybe I should. Can you guys let me zoom in one? Let me zoom in one so you can see what I'm doing. And I have to be right in here. Put my yarn over there. So I'm just going to make a little knot, and I know how to. I know how to. Of course, you make knots different ways. I usually do a double knot here, and I should probably have more of a tail, but here we go. Now I'm watching her. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put it over here. I need a pop container or something. She's showing how to make a slip knot. Yeah, she says to hold on to this piece. Yeah. I didn't make a slip knot. I made a knot. Drape it over your forefinger. My four fingers are. Close my fingers. Thumbs up. See? I'm following her video. Okay. Scoop. Oops. I didn't scoop right. I'm trying to follow it her way. Scoop. That's 3. The scooping gets me. I got 3 on there. I'm watching her. 4. 5. 6. Wait, now I gotta stop. She's going on, so I'm still scooping and so 6. I don't cast on like this, so it's a learning thing for me. I cast on different. 7, but I want to do it the way she does it. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I find it hard to hold on to this way. 9, 10. I'll do 20. She said to do 40, but I'm going to do 20. Do I have 10 on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. See, it's this point to where I'm wanting to go back up and get my yarn shorter, and then I make it longer. I'm wanting to move my hand again. That's uncomfortable for me. And I'm getting tighter. My stitches are getting tighter. They're really loose down here and I've gotten tighter. I'm going to pull these out and make them loose. One more. All right. I was making them too tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I'm getting them really loose. You know, red one in there is really loose. I'm going to pull it off. I got too much in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. I don't like this way of casting on. 10. It's really uncomfortable for me. I'm having to move my hand back between this point. See, I come up here to get a hold of it and wrap it around my thumb. But then when I put my needle under, I lengthen it. And that's uncomfortable for me. I put it on the needle, but then I'm that far away from the needle, and so I have to get up again here to, or I think I do, and then I tighten my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Don't make them too tight, Mary. I tend to go tighter as I go. 1, 2, 5, 9, 10. I'm going to pull out those last two. They're too tight. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm pulling out 15 and 16. I get too tight. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And I suppose if I were sitting here just doing it myself, I would get into my own comfort level and figure this out better. See, I think I left too much of a gap in there. Maybe if I will work closer to the point. I'm a little bit better with that. Working closer to the point rather than... All right, let's see how many I have. You're watching me learn. You're watching me learn. That was my cast on learning. Let's see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Let's put one more. I think I was working too far off the needle maybe for that I would get a big long piece in between each stitch. All right, well, we'll try this. All righty, let's see what you guys are saying to me in chat. I'm looking at chat on my laptop, which is a little bit different. Lynn, hi Lynn, and this, my friends, is why I never knit. God bless you, Mary. I guess if I'm going to make a fool out of myself, I might as well continue on. Oh dear. Then of course Norton has to pop up his notification in my chat window. Let's see. Linda says, what I do remember from setting up the knit is that I do it with 2 fingers. You're among friends here, Beth says. Thank you, Beth. We're all learning with you. Well, I think I cast on differently. I think I cast on, and she wraps it around the thumb, and I think I wrap it around my finger to cast on. I think that works better for me when I crochet, but I'm going to do it her way. I'm going to do it the way that I'm in the Hobby Lobby video. Let's see if I can drop a link to the Hobby Lobby video that I'm learning. Let's share this link with you. Copy link, and then let me go to my live. Of course, and get there's the link to the Hobby Lobby video. Hobby Lobby. Now let me go back to them. All right, I'm right to where she's going to show us how to make the knit stitch, which is about 5 minutes and 33 seconds into that video that I linked, that I put in there. You do the V method. Is that how it's called, Marianne? Cheryl says she's looking and learning. I don't know about the learning part. I don't mind you lurking, but the learning part, you might want to reconsider the learning part, because I'm learning from them. And I can already tell that my stitches are really snug on here, which I may want to make them a little bit looser. I tend to go very tight in my crochet. When I crochet tight. And when you're learning, I think you need more of a loose stitch. All right, now I'm going to listen to her. Well, I was going to read back into chat here. Let's see. Let's see. What are we saying? Beth says, Marianne, I take it that you knit. Marianne probably knits really good. Mary, you only have to cast on once. Yeah. You only have to cast on once at the beginning, which is really good. That's just like crochet. Beth said, I cast on differently too. My grandmother taught me when I was a little girl. Yeah, I tend to cast on off of my index finger. It just works. Casting on off of my thumb. Well, my thumb is shorter than my index finger, but also on these last couple stitches here, what I was finding when I was casting on was, like, I'd wrap it around my thumb, and then I would come in here and, cast it on, but then I'd have this big length, and I would pull it tight, and I'd have this big length, and then I'd have to move my thumb back up to the needle again. But if I cast on closer to the point of the needle, well, I'm using 2 needles here. If I cast on closer to the point of the needle, I don't have that big long length. When I was casting on, was way down here. and I got that big long length. But if I cast on closer to the point, I don't think I'd have that same issue. Just my observation from my beginning. So I'm going to listen to her teach me how to purl. Ouch. So she's the X. With my right hand. Oh, now see, I'm going to stop this right here. She said to pick up this, hold it. I get this part here, but she's picking up, she's making the X. She's holding these and she's picking up this yarn with her right hand. I've got to watch her do that again because I use my left hand to pick up my yarn. See, that's more comfortable for me. Boy, I am learning. She said to pick up the yarn with your, I can make the X, but see, I'm wanting to put my yarn over like that. But she is in her video. I wish I could show you the video. I'm hesitant to show you the video because it's I don't have permission. I'm listening to her. She's showing what a knit stitch looks like. She's saying I have the foundational roll set up. Her yarn is over on here. See, she does it entirely different than what I do. She puts her yarn over on the right side of her needle. She sticks her needle in this way. I need to make sure I got that. And then she holds it there and she takes her yarn and comes over. Boy, I can't even hold my needles with my left hand. And she comes over from the back and goes over this needle and pulls it through over the needle. I have difficulty doing that. I have a lot of difficulty doing that. I put my yarn over on the left side. I put my needle through this way. And then I come around. I guess I come around that way. So I may be doing it reverse. Maybe if I come around this way, like that. Do I have a knit stitch though? And then you push it off. Do you push it off onto the other needle? See, I'm so used to crocheting, but she comes in under and she brings her yarn over like that. And it's hard for me to, this yarn is really hard to knit with because it's so stringy. I need to get out some of the other yarn that's got a better, I'm wondering if I'm doing the same thing with a different hand. Let's go ahead and work through this. See, I'm using my left hand to yarn over and pull through. And she, in her video, she's showing how to use the right hand. I can't even hold the needles and do it with my right hand. I drop my needles. And I'm not sure that I'm doing this right, but it seems to me like I'm accomplishing the same thing. And I'm having to make sure that I need to get some different yarn. This yarn it has separate little strings that are really, you have to be a more experienced knitter to knit with this, I think, because I'm pulling at the threads rather than having a yarn that's really twisted together. I've done this same stitch about 3 times. All right, let's see what you guys are saying to me. Mary, you only have to cast on once. Good morning, Beth. I think so. Marianne, I take it that you knit, yes, and crochet. Cheryl, good morning, Cheryl. We're all learning with you, Mary. That's a little dangerous. I'm not even sure that I'm in screen here because I'm probably way up above for you. I probably needed to move my hands down. Sorry about that. Practice, 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 Beth said. What I do remember from setting up knit is I do it with two fingers. You're among friends here, same method. I dropped you the link. Oh. I'm trying to get down to the bottom. Wondering if you had a plan when you started. Oh, Jeri, you know I never have a plan. Good morning, Jeri. You know I never have a plan. I don't take copious notes. I don't write down notes, and I don't take plans. I just jump in. And I'm just playing, Jeri. Don't expect this to be perfect. Now, I probably dropped a stitch in there because I unwound it because I had a let's go back and cast on again. Jeri says, Meri, do you have a plan? Jeri, no plans. All right, let's go back and cast on. I'm not happy with this yarn. I'm happy with the yarn, but it's not good for a beginning knitter because the yarn itself doesn't have a nice thick twist to it. It unravels really easy into the separate threads, so it's really difficult to get a pretty stitch. Now, when I cast on, I'm going to cast on my way because she was putting it across her hands like this and putting it across her thumb and coming in and casting on that way. That's really difficult for me. Maybe because my hands are so big. I put it on my finger and go like this, which is the same thing. 3, same thing, but I do it faster and easier. 4, 5, 6. See, I have a much easier time doing that. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I do tend to get a little tight on my needle. So let's see if I can do it again a little bit looser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I'm even getting, as I go, I get tighter. That's my problem. 6, 7. And I do that in crochet too. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm getting too far down. 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so I've got 20 casted on my way, and I really felt more comfortable doing it that way. It's too tight down here, but that's just something I have to work on. Now for purling, she put her needle through from the back. I do that, and I get that, and she makes the X. But she has her yarn over on the right side, and I find that really uncomfortable. And she takes, while she's holding it, she takes her yarn and puts it over that way with her right hand and pulls it through. I find that really uncomfortable for me. I put my yarn over on the left side. It's just more comfortable for me. And I'm still in there. Let's get closer to the point here. I'm still in there. I put my needle through, but my yarn is over on the left side, and what I'm unsure of is, let's see, she comes under and around, where I just go, see, if I go this way, I need to come this way. So I just need to go this way with it. And this is where I kind of lose track of where I'm learning. This is where I'm learning, Jeri. So there's, and this yarn, I find this yarn difficult to work with for a beginning knitter, because it wants to go, the needle wants to go between the threads. 1. Now you're getting the beginner in here. 2. 3. Get my threads down there a little bit more. 4. And I can't see chat if you're talking to me in chat, because I got my, well, in fact, here, I think I'll go back to chat so I can see you guys. I was in Hobby Lobby's video following her instructions, but I think I got her knitting instruction. So I'm going to go back to my live stream here so I can see you guys in chat and chat to you. Chat with you. Oops. I got to take my earbuds off, though. I stopped when she could no longer help me learn, Teresa said. Meri, you are doing pretty well for a first try. Thank you, Jeri. Well, casting on, when I cast on and cast on with my own method, I do okay. I'm seeing I got it. See what I don't like about this yarn? I don't know if you can see it too well, but there's a, yeah, see right there where my finger's pointing? It dropped I didn't get that whole thread in there. And so it's got a loose thread there. I need a yarn with a tighter twist to it. This is not the yarn to learn to knit with. Let's see, go this way and in. I dropped my, go this way and in. And then my my whole chain here wants to twist around my needle. I might get one row done. Go over. Yeah, I'm a beginner. Be patient with me. Go over. And I think it's at this point to where I don't get a hold of the threads right. When I try to pull it through, you got to get it through all those little threads of that yarn. And that's where I don't get a hold of everything right. Come on, get in there. And in. I'm not even going to attempt the purl. I'll practice the knit stitch for a while. See, and then it falls off my needle. It falls off my needle. I'm going to try a different yarn. After I get down to this, I'm going to quit. And I'll get a different yarn to play with. See, and then I only get a hold of one of the threads of that yarn. It drives me crazy. Come on, get in there. There. Oops. I don't know what I did there. There. I think I dropped a stitch in there. I'm pretty sure I dropped a stitch. But we're going to keep going. I think I dropped a stitch there. Need some music to stitch to knit with. And I suppose once you do this for 10 million rows that you get into a rhythm. See, and I think I either added a stitch, maybe I added a stitch that I dropped before. I'm sure I probably got one on there I didn't mean to, or didn't get it clear through that stitch. Something went wrong in there. I'm going to leave it as a beginner. As a beginner, I'm going to leave it. That's probably where you should. I find it hard to go back and try to correct, though, because I either really drop the stitch or something. If I just leave it and say, oops. See, my needle isn't getting through all of those threads on that yarn. It's only getting through 2 threads. Come on. I'll bet this is painful to watch. Especially if you're an experienced knitter, you go, oh my Lord. Well, at least I got them on the other needle. Come on, give me a break. It may not be perfect, but they're going from one needle to the other. And I got cast on. Got to talk positive, Meri. 1. I find this yarn is hard to manipulate with these knitting needles. It's got four strands of thread, and they're not woven closely together. And they're really hard to get a hold of with the knitting needle. Crochet hook might do a little bit better because you can grab onto them. The knitting needle, they just slip right off. And it wants to only pull it through 3 of them. Come on. Yeah, see, it only pulled it through 3 of them there. Well, I'm going to leave it. Come on, I got these at the end here are really hard for me. See, it's not pulling it through all of the threads. I'm going to pull this. I'm going to it's only pulling it through 2 of the 4 threads of this yarn. For some reason or another, it doesn't want to pull it through all 4 threads. Whoops. I did something wrong there. I think I dropped another stitch. Trying to get it through the threads. We'll see what I have when I get down to the bottom. These, I'm a beginner. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. Go this way. I'm a beginner. See, at this point, it only wants to draw it through 2 of those threads. I'm going to get a different yarn to work with. I love the yarn. It's a pretty yarn, and I think I could crochet with it easy, but I'm not sure about this knitting thing with it. There. All right, let's see what I have here. Quite a mess. Oh, dearie me. There's my little thread that pulled out. I think I could pull that in with a crochet hook, though. And so I probably looks like I dropped something in there. Well, maybe not too bad. If I squish it together, I get tight. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I got 20 stitches on there. They're just not perfect. So I suppose you go back and do the same thing from this side, huh? Right? Go this way. Yarn over and pull through. And pull through. Oh, I'm finding this much easier now. The second row is much easier for me. Well, I might have talked too soon. Here comes the train. That first row was a pain. I'm finding this much easier. Maybe I'll keep going here for a minute. I'm even finding it wanting to go through the, of course, I've got a couple of stray threads in there. Come on. Couple of tight stitches. Whoops, I'm having a problem there. All right. It's not beautiful. You're doing great, Meri. Keep going. Meri, you're out of frame. Yeah, it's hard to keep it in frame. Let's see if I can move my camera down a little. I'm going to have to play with this camera thing. I always have to go to the desktop. Let's see. I want to, well, let's see. There. Because, see, I'm working down in here. All right. That should help with keeping it in frame. First row is always a pain, Linda says. Faithful Miss is just starting her morning commute. Hi, Faithful Miss. Good morning. Kimberly says, I agree with you, Meri. That's the same yarn I bought to try knitting with. It didn't work for me either. Hi, Kimberly. Kimberly S. They call you Kimski? Yeah, this knitting yarn for beginners, I think it's a nice yarn. I could probably handle it if I were crocheting, but to learn to knit, I wanted to do a Windows update right in the middle of my stream. No. Learning to knit with this yarn is not, I do not advise it, because this yarn, if you look at it, I don't know if I can show you in here, but it does not have a tight twist, and it's got 4 threads to it. And I don't know if you can see that, but see, and your needle wants to get between those threads as you're working. See, I can almost untwist this yarn just by doing that. See, look, and it's got 4 threads, and as you're working, your needle wants to get in between them. I think like your red heart yarn and your yarns that have a different twist to them might work a lot better. But this is what I picked. So, well, this is what Aunt Beck sent me, but she didn't say Meri used this to knit with. So I don't blame her. I'll get out some red heart yarn. I think I'll have a better time of it. Am I in frame now? Whoops, dropped it off of my needle. But yeah, the second row seems to be going better for me. That first row is a pain. If I would have known I was going to have that much trouble, I would have done it off camera. But then in a way, though, you can see where I am and what I'm where I need to learn things. I'm not even going to attempt to purl. And it's coming in here, right in there. Yeah, this goes a lot easier. I hope the third row is even more easy. And for people who knit for years, just think how many stitches they've taken. I mean, they probably have beautiful even stitches, and of course I might do a video where I learn to purl, but I'm not going to knit in front of you all the time. I'm just doing this for fun. Look how far I would like to learn how to knit, though, and do the knit and purl and gosh, make a dishcloth and a hot pad, and maybe someday I'll learn how to knit socks. Well, I don't wear socks that much anymore. In the winter I do, but there. Oh, I'm proud of myself. Oh, it's not so great in there, though. I got my tension's uneven. I've got a really big stitch here. Look how big he is. Can I pull him through? Let's pull him through if I can. Yeah. Pull him through that way. That's a little better. Not too bad. All right, let's go back down to chat. Marianne says she's watching the Hobby Lobby video. Marianne said she's back. Marianne knits and crochets. I'm a better crocheter than I am a knitter. I crochet pretty. I I've crocheted for years, and I do thread crochet. Although I have to say I haven't crocheted for a long time, and I tried some thread crochet around Christmas time, and I had to. The thread crochet is you have to work at it. Hi, Vanessa. She says, I have trouble with one needle. I don't need to poke myself in the eye with a knitting needle. Yeah, a bulkier yarn, I think, or a yarn with a tighter twist would be easier to. This is not a bad yarn as far as the weight goes. It's not a bad. I'm handling the weight, but what I'm not handling with this is it's got a loose twist to it. And so the threads tend to separate as I pull it through. But now on that last row I did, the first row I had a lot of trouble with the threads, but this last row I was able to get a hold of it pretty good. Let's see what else you guys are saying. When I knit, my yarn goes over the right finger. Yeah, see, you knit like they're doing in the Hobby Lobby video, and I find that really uncomfortable. See, you knit over this way probably. No, they use their right hand over the left finger is what they're doing. They're doing it like that, and they're yarning over, well, not over the finger, over the needle. See, and I can't do that because, see, they must be holding the needles with their left hand somehow because they're pulling that yarn over with their right hand. And I find that uncomfortable. I find it easier to hold my needles in my right hand and pull that yarn over with my left hand. Yeah, me too, Vanessa. She says I can crochet but not knit. Kimsky says, you are dead on, Meri. I bought the blue version. It's not a bad yarn. It's just me. Oh, it's me too. So let's do another row here. I'm thinking I'm getting the hang of this. So put it through this way, over, and through. And then you pull it off and over and through. And instead of say pull it off, I should say put it onto the next needle is what you're doing. I might be going a little wrong there. Let's see if I got to get a hold of it here. See, and I tend to want to get my wrists in there too, rather than my hands. I tend to want to put my needle in and then I do this wrist action to where I'm putting my needle over the yarn rather than using my hand and putting the yarn over the needle. Or I'm tending to want to grab the yarn with my needles, what I'm tending to want to do. And I'm not sure why. Yeah. Got to get it all in my hand again here. I'm not sure I did that right. Did I pull it off? I think I have to drop this. I might have dropped a stitch there. See, this part, using your hand to put the thread over the needle, kind of, that's a little, I'm wanting to do more wrist action. Let's just shape up Meri here. And then I'm wanting to lose my needle here. See, I'm wanting to go like that because I'm wanting to hold on to this needle. I'm wanting to crochet, I think, because this is how I crochet. I use my wrists a lot when I crochet rather than my... My needle flew out of my hand there. This might be a horrible row. Oops, it goes this way, Meri. Yeah, I got it in between the. I think I'm trying to go too fast. Let's slow down a little. I'm trying to be better than I am. Slow down and think about what you're doing. This way. And I'm noticing too that when I put this and yarn over, I'm wanting to pull my hand off of the needle and hold it with my right hand when I probably should be trying to hold this needle in my hand somehow. I don't know if that's for a fact or not. I'm going to have to watch some more knitting videos to see their hand motions, because I'm taking my left hand completely off the needle when I yarn over, but they use their right hand to yarn over, so in the Hobby Lobby video, so I don't know. There we go. Well, it's a sad state of affairs. All right. I'm not going to bore you guys anymore with that, but I did get it cast on. I think I did 3 rows of knitting stitch. It's a little uneven in here, but not too bad. I'm going to play with this today. Let's go back to chat. Meri, look at chat for a minute. Look at chat, they're saying. Look at chat, Tanya says. Tanya says, Meri, look at chat. Teresa, I will keep getting an error. I'll see you later. They're getting an error. Meri, also you have the yarn wrapped over your finger wrong. Wrap it. Oh, quit telling me that. I tried to wrap it so that it comes tight off the front of your finger. Now, wait a minute. Let's see what she's saying to me. Let's see. All right, Tanya, hold a minute. Let me look. I put my needle through this way. Of course, I got that one in there now. I wrap it around this way. Oh, and I wrap it that way. So you're saying to wrap it so it comes tight off the front of your finger. Tight off the front of your finger. I thought that's what I was doing. Oh, you're saying here? The front of my finger is here. Wrap it so it comes. So you're saying wrap it this way? Wrap it this way? This way? I'm not sure, Tanya. I'm not sure. I don't know what you mean. Wrap it so that it comes tight off the front of your finger. Are you calling this the front of my finger? Or this the front of my finger? Let me go back down. Pick your yarn back up. No, take the yarn from the back of your finger over, then the front. That's what I was doing. I got this silly piece in the way here. Let me get this out of the way. All right. So I've already got my, let's get my needle off here. Let's get it there. There. All right, so I put my needle in. Take the yarn from the back of your finger over and then the front. So here's the back of my finger, over and then the front. Now bring the yarn between your fingers to the back of the top one. That confuses me. Does this look like a knit stitch to you guys? Does it even look like a knit stitch? Of course, this is a variegated yarn. Yeah, go over to my house and show me. Just come up from Florida. No, actually, I think I had it right, but I could have been holding it wrong when you were looking at me. Because, see, I have it like this, and it comes, I put it like this. I kind of put it like that. And so it actually does come, well, I see what you're saying. I was going this way, and I think you were saying to go this way. And I was going like that. So I was coming over the front to the back, and you were saying come from the back over to the front. Is that right, Tanya? Yes. Bye, Journey. I'm learning how to knit. Sorry for the sorry for this. I'm a beginner. I'm a unabashed beginner. Yeah, I think I hear what you're saying, Tanya. The way I have it this way, I have it coming from the front wrapped around to the back. And you're saying come from the back around to the front. Yes, yes, yes. I got it. But now can I do it that way? Let's see. Let's see if I can handle it. Come from the back to the front. And then put my needle in. Put my needle in. See, that's uncomfortable for me because it's new to me. So from the back to the front, maybe this is where my yarn needs to go. From the back to the front, I put my needle in. Let me do a couple here. Oh, and it has to go over and in. Let me do a couple and see if I can get used to that, Tanya. So put my needle in. I'm still from the back to the front. I'm getting this in the way. See, that's uncomfortable for me. But let's keep trying. Just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean, oh, and then go in this way. Let's keep doing this. Oh, no, I felt that slip right off. Let's see if I can. Well, I don't know what I did there. That's really, does that make such a big difference if I go from the front to back or rather than the back to the front? I find that really, really hard. Let's keep trying that. Well, see, and I dropped my stitches. I'm just dropping my stitches all over the place here. Let's keep trying. Don't get discouraged, Mary. It's when I'm learning something new. Okay, I've still got it from the back to the front. I want it to go over and in. I see what I'm doing. Wait a minute. Now maybe I'm getting it here. But then when I pull, I find that really difficult. I want to go over my needle and in. Over my needle. I'm wanting to hold it with the other finger there. See, I'm wanting to hold it with this third finger. I'm wanting to hold it down to give me the tension that I need. I find that difficult. Does it make such a difference whether I come from the back to the front or from the back or the front to the back? Because I find it much easier to go, as long as I'm going over my needle, it shouldn't make such a big difference. Well, let's keep going. I still have it from the back to the front. Maybe I just need practice. Maybe I just need to practice it. Oops. Get in there. Maybe I just need to practice. That's what we're doing is we're learning here. Now I'm wanting to take my hand off of the needle again here. I find when I get down here to the end, I'm wanting to, it's a little bit harder for me down toward the end. I'm still from the back to the front. I'm still, or am I? I'm from the back to the front. Ah! No, I find that really difficult. Because I'm wanting to go over the back thread and I need to go over the front thread. And I can't get the tension. I'm finding that difficult. I like it better this way. And I don't know what I did there. I would think it doesn't matter as long as you're yarning over instead of under. I don't know what I'm doing here. As long as I'm putting my thread over the needle, it shouldn't make such a bad difference whether my thread is from the back to the front or the front to the back. Mary, the beginner, says. I tried it that way, Tanya, and I find it really, I can't get a grip on it. I find it much easier to go this way. I would think as long as you're yarning over your needle, it doesn't matter whether you come this way or this way, right? Let's see, if I come this way, and yarning over, I get it from there to there. If I come this way, I'm getting from here to here. I just can't see that there. I dropped it all out. Can I get it back in? I'll look at chat here in a minute. I want to finish to the end of this row. I tried casting on like Tanya, if you're still in here. I tried casting on. Oh, oops. Like Hobby Lobby showed me how to cast on. I had trouble doing that too. I had to go back on and cast on my way. That's the rebel in us. I think sometimes our hands just want to go a certain way. I'll read chat here in a minute. I got to get these last 2 stitches on. I'm taking from the back of the thread instead of the front of the thread, but I think as long as it's yarned over, it shouldn't make such a big difference. My last few stitches are bad. These are bad in here, but all right, let's. Yeah, well, whoever gave me the thumbs down, just go away. Leave me alone. It just bugs me to no end, those damn trolls. And I'm going to call you a damn troll. right, I'm back. Somebody gave me a thumbs down. Let me tell you, to the troll who's giving me the thumbs down, just go away. You don't need to be here. You come back day after day after day and give me a thumbs down. You go on someplace else on the internet and find a channel that you really like and quit harassing me. It just makes me mad. You have no reason to be here if you don't like these videos. You go someplace else. Get out of here. Get. Scat. The people that are giving me thumbs down are just harassing me. And it really makes me mad. I know that you love me, but they don't. They're harassing me. And this is why we should have the ability to turn off our thumbs down. Yeah, I know everybody gets thumbs down. I understand that. But this person keeps coming back. Now, I can take a thumbs down. But when this person comes back and back and back and back day after day, they need to move on. They need to move on and find a video that they really enjoy. I know you guys are patient with me, and I'm just playing with this, learning how to knit. But people who do that, people who think that everybody be like them, need a attitude adjustment. I wish YouTube would just take that thumbs down away. They need to remove it altogether. Just get rid of it. They aren't helping the creator at all. They're just harassing people. They're bully tools. And the people that are doing it are trolls. And they just need to go away and go find some place they really like. If they can't stand my video, go someplace else. Because I don't want you in here. I think so. There's just and I think they do it to make people mad, but the thing of it is, get a life. I don't have any coffee made this morning. All right, let's go back to what Tanya was telling me. Something about, and I buffered when she was trying to tell me something. Let's see. Just your finger is supposed to move. You are moving your left hand. It does not move. Yeah, and I move my wrist too. I'm tending to want to move my hand regardless. See, I don't know. I'll have to practice that a lot. It's really uncomfortable for me. It's really uncomfortable for me to do that. And I think I'm wanting to use my right wrist a lot more than my... It's just plain old uncomfortable. I lose it. I'm wanting to use my wrist to grab the thread and the right needle instead of using I have to use my hand to. And if you watch that Hobby Lobby video, they say to use your right hand and move it over this way. So they're using their entire hand. If you watch that Hobby Lobby video of how to knit, they're putting their needle through and they're taking their entire right hand and moving their entire hand and moving it across that way. So I kind of dismiss that hand thing because I think there may be several ways to do it. They're doing hand motion because they put their needle through and then they move their right hand and they yarn over with their right hand. And they aren't just using their fingers, they're using hand motions. So I'm not so sure, Tanya, that I'm with that. Now here, I'm grabbing the back of the yarn instead of the front of the yarn. I'm grabbing the back of it right here. Instead of grabbing it up there, I'm grabbing it down here. And that seems to work well with me with just the using my fingers. And I'm holding the needles in my hand. Whoops, I dropped it there. Let's put that stitch back on. If I can get it back on here. See, if I go this way and come from the back like that, it's so darned uncomfortable for me. But if I go over and come and put my needle through and use the back, now I'm getting down toward the end, use the back thread instead of the front thread. Who cares? It's still the same thread, whether it's back or front. I can do that without while I'm still holding that left needle. I mean, it's still thread, whether it's coming from the back or the front. I'm not sure what I'm doing there. For some reason, it's just uncomfortable for me. Yeah, I'm getting in there wrong. I might have some bad stitches in there. I might just have to take this out. I got mad at that troll. I'm getting my end yarn wrapped up in there. And here's the thing. I'm not even sure that troll is a kid. I wouldn't be surprised if that thumbs down is coming from a so-called friend. Sometimes your friends don't know how to tell you things politely, so they just do it impolite. You don't know who they're coming from, and that's not fair for YouTube to treat their creators that way. I wish I could just get rid of those thumbs down altogether. They put us through craziness like that because of what they think. All right, let's see how many stitches I have on here. I'm not happy with this. I was happy with the second and third row, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I added 4 stitches, and I probably did it right in there. If I can do this right. Am I doing that right? Meri is doing her version of casting off. There probably are 1,000 different ways, but I'm getting it off of this needle. I'm going through my needle. I'm yarning over. I'm pulling it through. I'm coming and pulling it through the stitch on my needle. So I have a stitch on my needle. I pull it through the next one. If I can get it through. I yarn over. I pull it through, drop the stitch, pull that one through here. Yarn over. Pull it through that way. See, I think I added a stitch here. I know I did. There's where I added a stitch in there. That's all right. This is just learning. So I think that I did this just to show you guys what a struggle it is sometimes to learn a new skill. Now, I will tell you, I'm 67 years old. You know, and picking up a new skill like this, yeah, there are struggles. There are struggles, but pick up a new skill, work your way through it. And Tanya, I'll go back and read what you said, and I'll try to practice that. It's uncomfortable for me because I'm learning, and it's uncomfortable in my hands. But the more I do it, the more comfortable I may get with it. So I'll go back and read your chat and see if I can practice it. But really, what I want to do is encourage people to well, no matter what age you are, but to keep going no matter what age you are. Don't never say you're too old to learn things. And I'm not even ashamed of my troll rant this morning. I guess I told him, them, her. I told her a thing or two. Probably report me to YouTube for abusive language to the poor troll. Told him to get the blank out of here. Probably came back and gave me some more thumbs down. I don't understand why people, if they don't like somebody, why do they keep coming back? Why don't they just move on, find somebody they do like? You know, if you don't like my videos, don't come here, troll. Go someplace where you're happy. Unless you just wallow in your misery by coming to my channel. If I can help out your misery, well, if giving that thumbs down gives you your jollies, I think some people are just don't have their thinking on. No wonder you're not happy. Go find some place to make you happy. I dropped that stitch. Can I pick it up again? Yes. At least I got it cast off. It's not too bad for a first attempt. I'm going to put it in my journal. I'm going to put it in my journal and be happy with it. And say I tried to learn something new today. Try a new skill. That's where I'm going with all of this. Even if you have to wrestle with your yarn and your needles and how you hold your hands and drop your stitches. I dropped that one all together. I don't know what I did here. Nobody is an expert their first try. Nobody's an expert their first try. And the people who tell you they are probably are not being totally honest with you or themselves. It would be surprised me if everybody was an expert their first try at something. Trying to get my needle through there. Come on. I just got a few more stitches here to go. Yeah, my stitches are really tight down here toward the beginning. I tend to, even when I crochet, I can't even get my needle through there. There it goes. I tend to crochet tight. I need to loosen up my tension. There we go. One more. One more. Was this a pain to watch? One more. Let's cast it off. There. Let's pull it through. I'm not unhappy with that. It's got a few flaws in there, but hey, if I practice, I'll get better. Now let's clip it off. And let's tie it. Boy, I gave myself a big tie, a big clip, didn't I? A big end. It's not too bad. Got a bad stitch there. I'm happy with it. If I can get it in here or not. Whoops, there goes Penelope. Help, help, she says. Help, help. If I can get it threaded through this eye of this needle or not, I don't know. Come on. All of you in there. Enough of you. There. Yeah. Let's just thread it through here. Could do this with a crochet hook, but I use my needle. Because I do those things. Probably should have used my crochet hook. All right, then. I think I added some stitches, and that's probably why. Those scissors. That's probably why you see this curving a little, because I added about 4 stitches. But I'll practice. Oh, dear me. Meri, if you want, we can Zoom for a minute or two later, and I can show you what I mean, but I have to go. Jeff is up in time for breakfast. Tanya left, but bye, Tanya. Thanks. You know, really, I just want to practice. I'm just looking to have fun with this. I'm not looking for expert advice or anything like that. I think I do okay once I just sit down and work at it. It's really hard to do this online live stream and read the chat and watch that, and then the troll came in, and I'm not unhappy with this. I'll bet you when you see my second piece it'll look better. I'm happy with it in the long run. It's a poor example, but I'm going to get a different yarn too. This yarn is the yarn. I got to pull that one in. This yarn is not a tight weave of a yarn, and it's really hard to grab onto with the needle. So, all right, what time is it? It's 10 after 8. You're definitely wide awake and a bit soggy. A scarf for Penelope. Yes, yes. She says, Meri, I want one that's better. I don't know if I can get it around the back of her head though. Maybe a scarf this way. Now she looks like a little. She looks like a little like she belongs in Siberia. Well, I had fun doing this, so I'm going to keep practicing. Lynn fell asleep with the iPad. Oh, you know, I do that a lot too, Lynn, with my phone. She's definitely awake now. If you need a laugh, the only reason I'm awake is because my husband went to give me my arm pills and thought I was awake and accidentally spilled water on me. Oh, no. That will wake you up. He's probably splattering your face with water. Wake up, Lynn. Wake up, Lynn. Yeah, I think that there is somebody who goes around and hits certain people with the thumbs down. And truthfully, I think YouTube should just get rid of the thumbs down. They're doing more harm than they're doing good. They think they're giving the people an attempt to express their opinion or whatever, but they can do it in other ways. They could comment, and then we could respond to the comment by blocking it. Or, you know, they're just harassed. They're using that thumbs down tool to harass people. It's a bully tool. It's a troll bully tool. And I think YouTube should just get rid of it. You know, if you don't like somebody, and here's the thing, if you give a thumbs down on a video and you come back the next day to the same channel and give another thumbs down, and you come back the next day and give another thumbs down, shouldn't you learn that you don't like that channel? Why don't you just go away and go find a channel that you like? Why keep harassing that person with your thumbs down? It makes no sense. You're the one who has the problem. Oh, you know, the people who do that are just, there's something wrong with them as far as social media goes. And YouTube should really take that ability away from somebody if they're giving thumbs down to multiple videos on multiple channels, you know. And if you just don't like the person, then why come back? If I don't like somebody, I don't visit them. And some of my former YouTube colleagues know that. If I don't like you, I don't go back. Why make you miserable and me miserable too? Just move on. Move on with your life. Find what makes you happy. Go learn a new skill, even if you have to struggle like Meri does. Yeah, I can see a lot of errors in here. But I'm still happy with it because I tried. I tried a new skill. And to tell you the truth, if I kept knitting like this and knit a whole scarf, I would wear it proudly. All right, Meri's done. Meri's going to sign off. Yeah, it's a sickness. It's definitely a sickness. Oh, hi, Aunt Beck. Aunt Beck, you missed the worst part of it, Aunt Beck. Good morning. Yes, I'm still on. I was knitting, and Jeri and Tanya tried to set me straight, and I was dealing with a troll. And this yarn, I like this yarn. I think I could crochet with it easier than I can knit with it, because when I knit, here, I'll show you on a piece here. Let's just cut off a piece. I'll show the gals what I was talking about. This is a loose knit. I mean, this is a loose weave. I can just pull this apart. And my needle, when I knit, what tends to want to get in between. Am I out of frame? My needle tends to want to get in between these when I knit. I really, if I'm a learner, I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't knit with this, but you have to be a more experienced knitter to be able to have the skill to grab a hold of all of those threads. And when I loop it around my finger like this and come through and want to pull it through, I'll pull it through 2 of these threads or 3 of these threads instead of all 4 of them. So I'm going to go get some Red Heart yarn. I think it has a tighter weave to it, a tighter twist to it. Yeah, it's fun. I'm going to crochet with this, though. Maybe I'll do some crocheting tomorrow. I'm much better with crochet. But let me tell you, I probably don't crochet like the experts do, but I'm not going to, I'm not taking lessons tomorrow. I'm just crocheting for the fun of it. So, and I don't even make a slip knot when I tie on. I make a knot, so I should probably make a slip knot. But okay, what else did I do? I worked on my, here, let's get them out here. Let's get them out. Oh. If I can pick them all up. I worked on my tubes this morning. And I made some modeling paste. That's what I did at the beginning of the stream. I made modeling paste. And I'm seeing this modeling paste probably needs some glue in it because I can see some cracks in it. But you know what? I don't care because I really do like the texture. Oh, we got something going on outside there. This modeling paste is really cracking on me. Maybe I put too much baby powder in it, not enough Mod Podge. But that's okay. That's really kind of like what I want because I'm going to put texture over it. It's kind of like a crackle on it. And then the one good thing is, where are they? My tags that I cut. I had a problem with the first part of my video. The sound went fluey on me and had to restart my video, and that put me in a bad mood. But I found some bicycle pictures here. Bicycles. This whole thing's going to have a bicycle theme. And Ann Lar suggested that I was thinking I'm going to do packing tape. Get it out here. I'm going to do packing tape transfers. And what I was saying when I put this down on the white paper is that it would not show up good on the black, and I'd already cut the black. And she told me to and suggested that I cut the white just a little bit smaller, and I could still have the black and the white. And that's really what I'm going to do. I really do like that idea. So my next step on this is to do the rest of my transfers here with the packing tape and the water and rub them all off, and then I'll put them off on wax paper to dry. And then I'm going to tape all of these down to my tags like this. And my tags will fit in like this. And I need to make the end caps. And I will probably put maybe a distress. I like distress a lot. So I might just put some Rip Torn on here. I don't know. I haven't decided. I like Tanya's clipboard punches too. So, but I don't have that, but I liked it. So I might do some. I have to do something for the hold the handle of the tags. But my book is going to open horizontally, and then I'm going to come in here and work with this modeling paste a little bit more. Put it on the back too. So I've got a lot of work to do on these. So there I am. Where's my knitted strip here? I'm so proud of it. Aunt Beck, I was just about ready to sign off when you came in. Lynn, it's going to be a little journal. The tubes are going to be a journal. I'll probably have about 9 pages in mine, which will probably be enough because there's 3. That's a tag. 4, 5. That's a window one. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'll have a couple here to make Tanya's page that she did. I want to do one in Lisa's style and Tanya's style. But that's thick enough for a book. I might have to cut this one down a little. But these are still damp. I can feel they're still damp, so they need to dry. I'm going to leave them out to dry. Yeah, you need to check Tanya's video. Beck says she needs to get packing tape. You made 8 pages for yours, and you have chipboard chims to go between the hinges. That's a good idea. You know, Aunt Beck, I have some scrap leather. I'm thinking about putting leather, a strip of leather in mine. I don't know if I have enough. I would like to use black. I know I have enough of brown. A gray would be pretty too. I'll have to see what I have for my leather scraps. I got them at Hobby Lobby. But I cut up for Pierre, I was cutting up that black leather, so I might have to use brown or gray. But I might put leather in mine, and maybe that'll be enough that I won't have to put anything between. I hear what you're saying about putting the chipboard in between to keep them. Otherwise, your pages will start to fan out. Okay. Yeah, Aunt Beck streams tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Cool, Aunt Beck. You're finishing up the explosion box tonight. Oh, the explosion box. I forgot all about it while I was finishing up the bank journal. I might have to come back to the explosion box in another video. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for putting up with my knitting experience and my troll rant and my YouTube, my audio volume in part 1. Yeah, I just have a couple pages to finish on my bank book. All right, bye, everybody. Have a great day. I'm going to go ahead and sign off.